me ask you this question, Tier, because this is something that I have recently embraced. And like I said, doing my break and doing my fasting, my relationship with God has just like grown tremendously, right?
Mhm.
And it's really uncomfortable sometimes. I'm still getting comfortable saying certain things.
Yeah.
People, believe it or not, even though I'm Aries and people like, you just say everything and do everything, there's still a whole lot of reservation
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something I'll talk about even in my book, like winning a battle against yourself. You have to face your demons and
Absolutely.
uncomfortableness over and over and over. Right. But you said this in the midst of you talking. You said, if it's the will of God that he does
Absolutely.
speak, right? When people, I don't think people really understand when you say that.
They don't.
Yeah.
They
You know,
don't.
when people say, if God's will is God's will, sometimes if that is God's will, you have to accept it.
Absolutely.
Or reject it.
Absolutely.
And my personal opinion and my experience and understanding how God works is I have two choices like that. It's like, if God said that's going, if life in God is like, that's how it is, right? And I reject it, I'm living in hell.
Right.
Because I'm trying to fight the most obvious thing that's happening, right?
Right.
And I'm not saying that miracles don't happen and things like that, but it's like, well, if that's God's will, right?
Right.
So when you say that's God's will,
Mm-hmm.
like, how do you take God's will and apply it to your life so that you can become the version of yourself that God wants you to be? Like, what is that like? How do you actually take that and apply it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've actually changed my prayers.
Okay.
When I pray, I don't ask for God to bless me with the things that I desire.
Mm-hmm.
I ask him to bless me with what's in his will for me.
Say it one more time. That's
I
really good.
don't ask him to bless me with my desires. I ask him to bless me with what's in his will for me, because a lot of times we want something totally opposite than what God wants for us.
You know what? Can we sit there right there for a second?
For sure. For sure. We do. We do.
Yeah. So this is also, again, it ties into the topic, right?
Yeah.
We talk about when your passion meets your purpose, right? And most time we hear the word passion, you're like, oh my God, I really like playing music, or
Right.
I like cooking or stuff like that, right?
Right.
But our main purpose here on earth is to serve God.
Absolutely.
It's to do God's will.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so when people aren't lining up with God, okay,
right,
you reject certain things and you never fulfill your life's purpose.
Absolutely.
So you can clarify this as well. You have accepted God's will, is what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when and honestly, when I try to deviate, I'm in a hamster wheel.
Yeah. Give me an example of that. Like, what is your deviation from God's will?
Deviating, maybe I want to turn and have a couple of drinks to, soothe my stress, versus getting in the Bible and praying to God for peace and asking him for guidance, right? What do? I make poor choices at that point, right? Because I'm under the influence now. And a good friend, I hope he's watching, a good friend once told me that when you're in it, when you're in that field and you drink, that gets amplified. And that's not good. That's not good. So it's and then it becomes a cycle.
It's a habit.
And I actually told a friend, if you feel like you're going through something and I'm in this rut and I just can't get out of it, you haven't picked up your nuggets. You haven't learned what you needed to learn from that lesson. God is going to keep you in that cycle until you're like, oh, what? That's what it was?
Yeah. And that's what I call a hell loop. Let's pause right quick. Aaron, we got a question from somebody?
Yes. So Anthony Wilson Jr. on YouTube, he asks, how do you determine if it's your passion or if it's just something you like to do?
That's a good one.
That's a very good one.
I'm gonna start it. I want you to finish this one as well. Now this is the weird part, right? Because you see a lot of things that I do. Like, I'm a personal trainer, I'm a drummer, I'm a massage therapist, I'm a speaker, I'm a podcast, I'm an author, all these different things, right?
Right.
I still know and believe that is my purpose.
Right.
Right. these are the tools that I'm using to serve God.
Absolutely.
So those are all these things I'm passionate about, which is so weird. What's the saying? Jack of all trades, master of none, right? That's only one part of the whole, saying.
Right.
So Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than the master of none.
Right.
That's a complete saying, right?
Right.
So not that I've mastered everything, but I'm really good by the grace of God at everything that I do. Like, so I think a lot of times that if you understand that these are things that I'm good at, that things that come naturally, that is your purpose.
Right.
And a lot of times people never figure out things that they're good at, right? Because they're just obligatory, doing life.
Complacent.
Oh, I got to go to work. Oh, I got to pay bills.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, now you're really caught in that hamster wheel,
right.
in that rat race. And now you feel denied. Now you never feel connected to God.
Right.
And now you don't know your purpose. So most people just go to work, pay bills, they go out, they have a good time, never aligned up with things that they were actually passionate about, which could be tied to the actual purpose. Right. So I'm like, my thing is this: if you're actually good at it and it comes natural, it is your duty and your responsibility from God to make that your purpose. Meaning you got to make the thing that you're good at your skill set. Like, you have to be good at these things, like, and just do it naturally, right? And I'm sorry, the word I wanted to use is be educated in your gift.
Right.
That's the thing. That's why we got Aaron right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I can get in front of anybody and talk.
Right.
But when you give me this sheet of paper and say stick to the script, I'm like,
right. I don't know how to read.
You know what I mean? It's hard for me to do. So saying that to say, I want to reiterate that one more time. It's that the thing that you're good at, it's God's gift to you to facilitate it and become great at it, and use that as a tool to help people so you can fulfill your purpose.
Absolutely.
So go ahead. What you got on that question, brother? Thank you for that, Anthony.
Yes. So I got a piggyback. Definitely what you're great at. I actually listened to a Steve Harvey podcast, and that is how he stated that he was able to get into comedy, because he was like, I was funny. Like, I was just naturally funny. So whatever it is, like you said, that you're really good at, you know what I'm saying, is just double down on that. For me, I am very passionate about uplifting, helping, motivating. I'm very passionate about that. Like, I know it's my passion because it fuels me. I ain't get no sleep last night.
Really?
I ain't get no sleep.
Why?
Because I couldn't wait to come on here and talk to these people. Listen, I'm here for y'all. I couldn't wait. I'm telling you, it was just that, it's that hunger and that thirst to be able to talk to people, to tell your story, to be able to resonate, to understand. Nothing about me is cliche. I don't want to sit next to somebody that tells me it's going to be okay, but you don't know what I've been through. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like God has given me the life that he's given me, not to hurt me. Right. The things that I done been through some stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I done been through some stuff. Yeah. But to help others. Yeah. And if I know that is what he gave it to me for, I do it all over again. Wow.